Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently 10:21 p.m. on this chilly but beautiful Halloween Eve. It is currently, it says it's 63 degrees outside, but I think in a second it'll probably be down to the 50s on the temperature because I know it's not 63 degrees because I've just been sitting outside. I am leaving my friend Aaron and Eric, our friends Aaron and Eric's house right now. Leaving their party. Alex left at about, I think he left about 8:30 to go out with his girlfriends. They went to a party, and then somebody's coming down the street. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get down here. They went to a party, and then they were going out downtown. Oh, somebody else was showing up right now as I'm leaving. It was fun. We had a really good time. And she had, oh my God, the most amazing food. First of all, she had crumble cookies catered. So she had 2 huge boxes of like the small crumble cookies. And then she had, I never can remember how to get out of her neighborhood. And then she had walking tacos. You guys, this was such a genius idea, and I've never seen anybody do this at a party before. So you know, like at the state fair, if you've gone to the state fair before, you'll know what I'm talking about. What they used to do is like, they would have like one of those small bags of like Fritos, and then they would put like taco meat in it, and then like lettuce and salsa and sour cream, guacamole, cheese, queso, whatever, right? And then they called it a walking taco, and it was in a Frito-Lay bag. So Aaron found that at Costco, they have, like, you can buy a big box of these. I mean, she had a big box of probably, I don't know, 40 or 50 of them. And they were like just little bags like this, and you tore the top off of them. And they didn't look like regular bags, but they were like sideways. And you tore the top off of them so you could actually hold it and carry it. And then it had like, one of them were like just regular Doritos, and they had Cool Ranch Doritos, and then they had the Fritos, and I had Fritos. And then you put all the stuff in it. And then she had like a crock pot full of like chicken, and then she had a crock pot full of cheese, queso, and then she had a crock pot full of like taco meat. And then she had lettuce and sour cream, and she had like these big squirt bottles of sour cream, and guacamole and cheese and jalapenos, and then you just like walked through and you made your own walking tacos. It was like perfect for a party. I was like, this is such a genius idea, Aaron. And she was like, yeah, my brother found it and he did it. And she was like, I just thought it was such a great idea for a party. So she did that, and then like outside she had like tubs of like beer and Trulies, and then soda and water and stuff. It was just like real easy. I was like, this is like such a smart way to do a party. It was so good. I had 1.5 walking tacos. Oh my God, they were so good. I was like, I'm in 7th heaven. And right before we left, Alex, he had brought home, I guess 6 empanadas yesterday. There's all these bumps in this road, these speed bumps. He had brought home like 6 empanadas from this place called Livery, and so he heated up his 6 empanadas before we left, and then I was surprised he had a walking taco before he went out. And he looked so sexy tonight in this Patrick outfit. He was Patrick from Schitt's Creek when Patrick was in Cabaret. And I chose not to dress up at all. But today has been such a fun Halloween day. It's just been such a good day. So we decided last night that we were gonna go to the Halloween festival in Irvington, which is like this older part of Indianapolis. They have like a lot of Victorian homes and just old homes and little stores and shops. It's like super cute. And so Tanya and my sponsor were going, and so I asked Alex if he wanted to go. It's kind of hot in this car. I actually, on the way back from the Halloween festival, Alex and I, we parked so far away that there was like a gas station walking on the way, and so on the way back I was like, I have got to get something to drink, like a soda. So he got a Coke and I got a Diet Pepsi, which is kind of flat now, but tastes good. Anyway, I'd really just like a bottle of water, or I need to fill up my water. So we decided that we were gonna go, but when we woke up today, it like rained, you guys, last night. I listened to like 2 hours of Hocus Pocus, and it like poured down rain the whole time. And I thought, there's no way that we're gonna be able to go today. I mean, it's gonna be like, the rain is just gonna be so bad. But I woke up, and the rain had broken, and it had stopped, and it really wasn't that bad outside. And Alex, I said, do you wanna go? I woke up at like 12:15. And I said, do you want to go? And he was like, he had gone to bed, you guys, last night at like 10 o'clock. I mean, he said today, he's like, I can't, he goes, I was so tired, I can't believe I slept so much. So he went to bed and slept all the way through. And so he was like, still sleeping, holding on to Tucker this morning. It was so sweet when I woke up. And Boo Radley was like right next to me. They've been such just little lovebirds lately. They're so sweet. And so I said, do you still want to go? And he was like, yeah. And I said, then let's get up and go. Because I said, I don't want to like miss this whole thing. I really wanted to see the parade. Because they do like a costume Halloween parade. I thought that would be really fun. It's like at different times they had different things. And Melissa, for the dog rescue thing, that's one of the things that she does, they had a booth at the festival. And then there's like arts and crafts and stuff like that. So we got ready and we left about 1. And we got there about 1:30, and you could like park at Howell High School, and then there was a shuttle to take in, but I didn't really know how it worked. And so we saw all these people that were like walking back from the festival, and I was like, do you want to just walk over there? It's obviously not that far. And he was like, yeah, sure. So we started walking to the festival, and he like looked it up on his like maps, and he was like, it says it's like a 18 to 21 minute drive. I think it was like or walk, 21-minute walk, and it was like 18 minutes from this one street corner. And I was like, okay, that didn't seem like that long. But it was like really, really cold when we got there. It says it's 52 degrees outside now, so I guess it's not 63, it's 52 degrees. But it was cold when we got there, and it was like kind of windy. And at one point today, it started like spitting rain, but not for very long. So, and I wore the wrong shoes. I wore these Birkenstock clogs, and they were like hurting the tops of my toes. I always wear the wrong shoes, but it was so much fun. We had such a good time. And I mean to tell you, there were I would probably say, easily probably half the people there were in costumes, and almost all of the dogs, because there were a lot of people that had dogs. Alex wanted to take the dogs, but I was like, I really think Boo Radley will get super, super scared. I think Tucker would be fine, but I think Boo Radley would have been like super scared. So I didn't want to take the dogs, but there were tons of people with their dogs. Everybody was dressed up. I mean, there were some of the coolest costumes in the world. So we like walked down the main strip, which had a lot of just like, you know, it's like they had a couple booths that were dog stuff, and we saw Melissa. We ran into her right away and talked to her for a little bit. And then Alex and I like walked all the way down to where like the crafts, we passed these food trucks, and then there was like a band there were bands playing all day long. And then we went way down to where like these craft booths are, and we walked all through the craft booths and looked at them. Alex bought a hoodie that has kind of like a Southwestern design on it. It's really cute. I wanted one too, but they didn't have them in my size. So then our friend had a booth, and she does like kind of like deconstructed clothes and stuff like this. This is one of our friends that we went to Las Vegas with. And so she sells stuff out of the store in Irvington usually, but she also had a booth like right out front. And she wasn't there when we got there, and I bought two, because you could take the shirts inside the store. So I bought 2 shirts of hers. I was gonna wear one tonight. They're like sepia tone tie-dye. Like she takes t-shirts and she like distresses them. And so one of them says, Halloween is but one night, but I celebrate it all year long, or something like that. And then the other one says Bram Stoker's Dracula on it. And then they kind of have like holes in the neck and stuff like that. They're really cool. So I got those. And then when we were walking back, we ran into Melissa because she wanted to walk around. So I was like, she's like, well, I want to go through the craft booths. And Alex was like, well, let's just walk with her. And I was like, okay. So what is going on over here? At this old abandoned grocery store, there's like something going on in here. But I don't know what it could possibly be unless people are meeting there and then they're like driving somewhere else or something. I don't know what it is. I'm like looking over here like, what is going on? What is going on over here? People are all backed in places looking at cars and stuff. Something's going on there. That's weird. So we walked around with Melissa, and then I really wanted, they had like apple cider donuts that were handmade. It reminded me of, if you ever read this book back in the day, my mom and I always read this book together. It was called Homer Price and the Donut Machine. And it reminded, because they like had this machine that won't stop making donuts, and this kid works for his uncle or somebody, Mr. Homer or something like that. Homer Price is the kid. And there's like all these donuts, and I loved the pictures in the book when I was a kid, because there's all these. If you have a kid, get this book, Homer Price and the Donut Machine. It's adorable. And it has all these donuts stacked all over the store. But anyway, I put it on my Instagram story. It was really cute. It was like they were making homemade donuts in this machine and then like dipping them in this like apple cider, cinnamon stuff. And then they had hot cider. So when Melissa and I walked over there, she was like, oh, I really want some. And I go, but look at the line. The line was like forever long. And she goes, well, I don't think it's going to be that long. And I love that people think that way, because I'm always like, if I see a long line, I'm just like, forget it. So we got in line and it was really like 5 minutes. So we had donuts and hot apple cider, and it started raining right then. So when we were walking back, I called Tanya. And Tanya, my sponsor, were there with another friend of ours. And so I said, well, where are you guys? And Tanya's like, we're walking to the band. So we walked Melissa back to her booth, and then she and I had our donuts. And then Alex and I went and found Tanya, my sponsor. And then we stood there and talked to them for a little bit. And then we all walked back to Melissa's, because Tanya wanted to say hi to Melissa. So we all walked back to Melissa's booth again. And then Tanya, they didn't even know. They had been walking around all that time, and they didn't even know there were all these craft booths. So they wanted to walk down there. I wanted to see the parade, and it was like 10, 15 minutes before the parade. Alex and I stood till like 10 after 4. And the parade still, I really, really, really wanted to see this parade, but I could tell like Alex was like getting super sleepy. And he hadn't eaten, and I could tell like he was hungry and he was tired. And so he was just kind of like standing there, and I was like, babe, the parade's gonna start. And he was like, okay. He was like, that's fine. So finally at like 10 after 4, the parade hadn't started yet, and people were like, yeah, it usually starts over there. Where's it at? The parade's usually going by now. And I was like, are they not having it? So I said, let's just go. Because we had like probably a half an hour walk at that point anyway, back to the car. So, didn't get to see the parade this year, but that's okay. We'll see it next year if we go back. And we walked all the way back to the car. It was like forever long walk. And then what did we do after that? And then we drove home. Oh, well, we got these as we were walking back to the car. And then I trimmed my beard, and it's like getting hooked. It keeps on getting hooked on my jacket. And then we drove home. Then Alex made his empanadas. I put the vlog up. And then Alex he wanted to go to Erin's party tonight at 6 when it started, because he thought he had to leave at like 7:15. But his friend was like, why don't you just meet me at my house at like 8:30, 8:45? So he left her house at 8:30. So he was like, we can go at like 7:15 if you want. I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. I think we got home probably at like 5. So I laid down and took a nap. And you know, like when you like you walked outside in the cold all day long and stuff, and you're kind of like, it was like the perfect nap. And it was so funny. I was telling Alex, like, Boo Radley is doing stuff now that so reminds me of Pee-Pee. And so I was laying down. I had been asleep for like 20 minutes, and I woke up and I heard something, and I was like, what is that noise? And Boo Radley was like on the floor, and he was like doing that, trying to get me to wake up. And I looked over the side of the bed and he was just like standing there. He was being so sweet. And I said, well, hi, buddy. And so I picked him up and I put him in bed, and he like got in his little tight circle on Alex's pillow. Oh, I know what else I did today. I know this is corny, but I don't care. I wanted to do it. I was like, I haven't really watched that many. I mean, I've watched like all the Halloween movies this season. I mean, literally, I've watched all of them. And, because they were free on cable and stuff. I watched The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. And, so I was like, there's this thing, if you're ever trying to find something to watch, like if you're like, there's a show and you're trying to find where to watch it, but you don't know where it is, there's an app and it's called Just Watch. It might be on a website too, I don't know. And you can literally type in any movie, any show from any year, and it'll tell you like where you can rent it, where you can buy it, where you can stream it for free, where you can find it. And sometimes it has weird apps on there, but that's how I found out about Tubi, T-U-B-I, which is a free app that has tons and tons and tons of movies on it. So I wanted to see It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And I was like, where can I rent this? Because I know it's not gonna be free anywhere. I'm gonna have to rent it, right? And it actually was free on Apple TV, which I didn't even know that I had. I don't know how I have Apple TV. I don't know if I paid for it. I don't know how I have it. I don't know what that means. So anyway, but I watched, it's just been out of focus all this time. I watched, while I was getting ready tonight, It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And then I was really happy, honestly, that I didn't rent it for $3.99 or whatever, because it's good, but like I've seen it so many times that it wasn't like I was like, oh, I love this so much. I mean, it was cute, but like, you know what I mean? So that's that. It was a good, I'm glad that we did it. You know, we went to the Halloween festival and stuff. It was really fun. And, you know, Alex bumped into some people that he knew, and it just was seeing all the dogs and you know, everybody dressed up in costume. It was fun. It was just really a fun day, and it just made Halloween even, you know, more so fun. And I'm really glad that we did it. And it was fun, you know, walking around with Tanya and my sponsor and stuff, and Melissa. So we had a good time. And yeah, and then tomorrow we're gonna sleep in. We haven't decided if we're gonna go to brunch tomorrow or not. Oh, we'll see. Right now, I am like so full. I'm like, I am not even thinking about brunch tomorrow. But then we're going to Melissa's about 7 or 7:30. So I'm vlogging now. When I texted Tanya and I said, when you're done, because she's at the kennel right now, I said, when you're done, let me know and I'll come over. And I said, I'm gonna vlog until then. And I don't think she responded. So yeah, we went to Erin's party tonight. It was super fun, and they had decorations everywhere. Okay, here are some of the costumes. So Erin and Eric were camp counselors from Camp Crystal Lake for Friday the 13th. Melissa was Linda from Halloween, and Jason was Michael Myers. I put it on TikTok, and I put it in my Instagram story, where he had like the sheet over his head with the glasses, you know? And it was so funny because they like would recreate this little scene. Then some of our other friends were, well, he was a taco. He's a taco every year. Their son, who is 5, was Mario from Mario Brothers, and she was Princess Peach or whatever. She looked so good. And then his brother was Cheese Whiz, and she was Chucky E. Cheese. Get it? Okay. So that's what they said. They thought it was really funny. Her makeup was unbelievable. She was the one that I bought the t-shirts from today. And then our other friends were a Dracula, their daughter was a skeleton, and I don't know what the husband was, some superhero in like this red outfit. And this one couple that we know, well, it's cousins of somebody there, was they were, you guys, it was the cutest costume. And it was like so easy. And I thought, if you guys need a last minute Halloween costume, let me just tell you, this was perfection. So they came in and they both had on like polo shirts with like, just regular like, you know, Hanes sweatshirts with the collars out over them. And then they had khakis. He had khaki shorts on. They both had khaki shorts on and like sneakers. And then they had name tags on that said like their names. Like, you know, like name tags where you write your name on it. They had name tags like that. And then she was pushing a cart. They were like couples in Supermarket Sweep. You guys, it was such a cute costume. There was a Saw person there that was riding a tricycle. There was, Maddie, Aaron's daughter. She didn't, that you guys know, because she was in some videos of mine way back in the day on BookTube. She and her boyfriend came, and he's really, this was like the first time that I ever got to sit and talk to him. He's a really nice guy. They were talking to me about they were graduating early, and they're so excited, and really nice kids. And, who else was there that was dressed up? Some tall guy whose wife was like Maleficent. I don't really know what he was. He had like really long hair, wig, and white face, and he just was scary looking. He was super tall too. And I don't know what else. But anyway, it was fun. There was like a fire pit, and they were sitting around the fire pit. And there was like this little area where they had, so people could go in there and like smoke cigars, and there was like 3 guys and they're smoking cigars watching some football game. And that were, I don't know, family members or something. And then I was sitting on the couch with, well, my friend that I used to work with, she was there. I talked to her for a long time until Alex left, and then she was talking to some other people. Then I went inside and sat with Melissa and Jason and a bunch of people around the dining room table, and it was just fun. It was a really good time. So yeah, so now I think Tanya took a nap after she, like, my sponsor took her, our sponsor took her home, and then she was like, I'm gonna take a nap, I'm really tired. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she said, I'm gonna go to the kennel. And then she was like, if you want to hang out later and we can watch a movie, or go get a fountain pop or something. I said, okay. So that's what I did. At some point, I probably will go home because I know that Alex will be out late. Especially tonight, since it's the night before Halloween. I will probably go home and start uploading rendering the vlog, and then start uploading it so it's just ready for me to post tomorrow. You know, I love filming videos, but all the rendering and uploading and all that takes a lot of time. Like, for every video, there's probably, well, the rendering of its own, I don't do anything. It just renders on, that's what it's called on iMovie. It's like when the video like forms, you know, into the format where you can upload it. But the like putting it together, the pieces, editing it, whatever small amount of editing I do, putting the description boxes on, putting it on YouTube, you know, all of that stuff that you have to do with YouTube, that probably takes 20 minutes to 30 minutes per video. Coming up with the thumbnails and like for my drama channel. I mean, for my other channels, I don't really do thumbnails except for my review video channel, and that's like really easy. I just, you know, because I'm like, you know, and then I just screenshot that while I'm like rendering it, and then I just like, you know, put it in this like PicMonkey thing, and that's how I make my thumbnails. But like for my drama channel, that probably takes me another 10 or 15 minutes to make that, even as bad as my thumbnails are, you know. I'm just not good at that stuff. So, you know, it takes a half an hour to 30 minutes, 45 minutes per video, you know, to do all this other stuff on it. And it was really interesting today, because today was the first day in a long time that like my vlog was already done, like everything was done and just ready to go. And I almost kind of was like, at some point I was like, you know, when you feel like you can't find your, like, did I leave my keys somewhere and they're in your pocket, you know, or where's my phone, I'm talking on it. It was kind of like that. I was like, oh my God, I felt like I had something to do for YouTube, but I'd already done everything for YouTube, you know? And it was kind of nice today to just really like hang out and not have to worry about that stuff and take a nap. So I want to enjoy tomorrow too. And it's going to be, you know, already have a drama video posted for tomorrow, scheduled tomorrow. I have a review video, a Peterisms video, but yeah, that was nice. I don't just love taking days and not posting anything, because I feel like it's a waste of a day that I could have like put something out that and where I get to be creative. But when I plan ahead for a couple days in advance, then like I feel good about that, you know, and I've got those things done. That's nice. So, but it's a lot of work too. I mean, the other night, and like filming my review videos and filming my Peterisms videos and stuff, like, I mean, I didn't stop filming until 8:30, and then that night, I mean, like, and the next day, it was like putting the videos and stuff together. It was a lot of work, but I enjoy it. I love it, you know? Anyway, I wanted to talk about a little bit the Vloggerinos group tonight. So for those of you that don't know, there is, somebody asked about the podcast, by the way, and I mentioned this like a week ago, so I don't know if maybe they missed that vlog or whatever, but somebody asked me, where's the podcast? I talked about this kind of, I think, a little at length on that pod. I don't know, maybe I didn't, but we had planned to have it up before Halloween Kills came out. And then we were pushing it back to Halloween, and then Melissa had so much stuff going on, and I was like, and I'm still trying to learn everything that we have to do to put the podcast together. And then on the heels of that, it was like this Tucker stuff came up, and I just was like, we both have a lot of, the Tucker thing was the last thing that just, we were going to do Thanksgiving, and I think we're now, because of the Tucker stuff, probably going to do the beginning of the year. I just, like, I don't want to have too many things on my plate, and Melissa was super busy for the months of September and October, so we just had to push it back. So our plan was Halloween. Well, then when that didn't happen, we're like, okay, we were really thinking about Thanksgiving or Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, and then finding all stuff out with Tucker, and I've had to take him to all the appointments, and I'm trying to spend as much time with him as possible. You know, I don't, like, maybe let's push it back a little farther is what I said. So we're looking at the beginning of the year and hopefully having everything, because the month of December, she and I are both like, we don't have a lot going on, and November and December, and so we're like, okay, that'll give us enough time to prepare it and have it together. And then, because really the way that we want it is, we want it all set up like in my office is where we're gonna do it, so that we can just show up there once a week and we can record it, I can upload it, and it'll be ready to go. Record, upload, and ready to go. Like, and once we do it the first time, then it will be, I need to pull in here and see if Tanya texted me. And then we'll be, like, good to go after that. But we gotta, like, figure out what we're doing first, because we're total novices at this. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to say. So those Pendleton blankets the other day that I bought, you guys, I got a couple comments about this, which was funny. People were like, Peter, the reason why they were cheaper, because you bought the fleece ones, the wool ones are much more expensive. Oh, hold on a second, she did text me. Oh, that was my sponsor, she said. Am I almost, I can't see, but anyway, if it stops, I'll know. So people were like, Peter, the reason why those blankets were so cheap is because, you got the fleece one, not the wool one, right? And I was like, when I read this comment, let me just tell you. So that very same night, I can't remember if it was that night or it must have been the next night. It was whenever it was after, so it would have had to have been the next night, because I was showing it to Tanya. I was like, oh, I was just talking about this on my vlog. And I said, let me show you these blankets I found at Costco, Tanya. They are $39.99. And I showed it to her on the website. And she goes, sweetie, she goes, those are wool. And I go, what? And she goes, you know, like Pendleton flannels? And I go, yeah, I have one at home. And she goes, like have this like vintage one, I think. This coat is a vintage coat is what I had. And she goes, they're known for like their wool blankets and stuff. She goes, those blankets are wool on that website. I'm like, oh, I'm a complete idiot. And then I was reading through the comments and like 5 or 6 people or 3 or 4, I don't know how many people, but they put it underneath there. I was like, oh my God. So I just want to tell you guys, and I don't want you, it stopped. I thought I was at the end. I don't want you guys to think like I'm stalking the vloggerinos or anything. But if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, and I said something over there the other day, and you guys were so kind, and you're like, you are more than welcome to come over here anytime, and you're welcome here too. So thank you for that. But for those of you that don't know, there is a Facebook group that several people created. I don't know who the monitors are. I know that. I can't remember who the main. Oh, I could look and tell you about it. Anyway, it's called Peter Monn's Vloggerinos, and basically it was the way that I assume it to be, which makes me so happy is, first of all, I just want to tell you, I have to pull up a little bit so you guys can see. There is the most beautiful Halloween tree right here. Look at this. It is like all orange leaves, and it's right outside that window. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? But anyway, how I understand it is that it was designed and developed and created and patented for you guys to like have a place to hang out with each other, for people that watch my vlogs to like, not to necessarily like sing my amazing praises, you know, or anything like that, which you've done, which is so nice. But really as a place to just like get to know each other and hang out and be like, oh, we're all people that watch Peter's vlogs, let's be friends kind of thing. Which, you guys, I mean, I don't want to say that I think that this is the only place that's happening on YouTube, but I don't think that's happening in many places on YouTube. I just don't. Not in such a gentle, innocent, and compassionate way that you guys are. And that has nothing to do with me. I mean, nothing whatsoever. I know you guys all collectively found each other through my vlog, but you guys are just amazing. And, you know, all the pictures that you guys have shown over there of like your front porches and just things that you're doing, I mean, like, Brian and Ian put up there something about, and I know them before because they've messaged me before about like where they were from and so it was so fun for me to see where like everybody was from that they were talking about. You know, there's a lot of California people, a lot of North Carolina people. I was kind of surprised. So there was not one Indiana person in there, I didn't think. Oh, a couple of Ohio people, Michigan. Somebody in there said they're from Michigan and I'm from the Midwest, which is why they like to watch my vlogs. It just was really, there was something though in the vloggerinos that I wanted to comment on or read, like in a positive way, because it made me so happy. So hold on for a second. Let me see if I can find it. Is this it? Oh my God, it's at 214 members. That's crazy. Okay, how do I get to just the posts? Okay, like Veronica posted a picture of her very spooky porch, which is so cute. And then Jennifer's like, I went to Costco and got one of those blankets Peter was talking about, $29.99 plus tax for king size, and it's so soft and beautiful. Oh my God, and she got a different one, different design. The dogs love them. And then Randy's talking about animal rescue. Aww. She posted a picture of this little kitty that passed away from she had 2 seizures. Aww. You guys, I just love this. Like, Gloria posted a picture of her dog. Gemma Gemma is one of the administrators. I think Gemma might be the one that started it. She posted a picture of her Halloween costume. Hold on a second. You guys, this is like what I'm talking about. Like, this is like, makes me so happy. This group, I don't even know how to explain it, how happy it makes me. Oh, Libby said, hi blog. This was an hour ago. I have a trip to Miami booked in December with my husband. I'm taking all Peter's recommendations. I wrote down a few of the restaurants he's named on the vlog. Wanted to reach out to this group and see if you have any other restaurant recommendations. If you have any specific questions, Libby, just email me, okay? Okay, Heather. Heather was the porch. She said, I've been watching Peter for almost 4 years now. Faithful vlog watcher. I don't know how I would make it through my work days without feeling like he is by my side through it. I wanted to share my porch because Monday is the first day of Christmas. And her porch has like spooky lights and candles. You guys, it literally looks like... She doesn't have her address on here anywhere, does she? No. It literally looks like a cozy mystery front porch. Look at that. It's so beautiful. And it's just that, over and over and over again. I love this. Oh, wait. Cynthia said, was this the hat that Peter spoke? So many people have sent me that hat. No, it's not, but thank you. It's just like a regular basic green trucker hat. Aww. Cynthia posted a picture of her and her baby, her dog. I love this kind of stuff. Like Nicole said, do any of you go on daily walks? What does your scenery look like? And she posted a picture of like her where she walks. It just makes me happy. Jamie said, I'd love to find a good Judy like Tanya Jean to drive around and get a fountain pop and eat at the Chinese buffet with. Maybe we could share locations to meet up with other vloggerinos. I'm in West Virginia. You guys are just like so overwhelmingly nice. And you know, I know this is gonna sound crazy, but like you make me feel like, I think that first of all, before I say this, I wanna say that I feel like each one of our lives means something and it matters. And I know that about my life long before I even say this, right? But I have a very like simple life, you know, it's like, but that's the simplicity that I love, you know, like having a nice bed to come home to with my husband and the dogs and making my front porch nice and driving around with Tanya and going to meetings. But it's that simple life that I have come to love and appreciate so much. And then when I read a comment like that, that somebody's like, you know, like, I wish I had a good Judy like that. And I think, you know, like, you should be so grateful. I mean, I've had a best friend for 24 years and, that I can call up at any time and say, let's go get a fountain pop, you know? And I think like we live in a world, oh, she's texting me right now. She's leaving. I think we live in a world where, you know, and I travel extensively to some really amazing places. And, I have some very nice things, and I love all of those things of being able to travel and nice capacity and be able to do all that kind of stuff. But that stuff really doesn't matter. You know, it really doesn't at all. And seeing like a website or seeing like a Facebook group like this where I see people appreciate things like when I talk about a front porch or the dogs or driving around getting a fountain pop or just hanging out with my husband or whatever, and it's like you guys kind of doing the same thing, as like those things are important, you know? Those things are meaningful. That is really the substance of life, period. It is, you know, period. You know, I was talking to Alex today and I was like, that front porch has made me so happy this year, between the flowers and even the mums that have died, but whatever, the chairs, and you know, it's just to think that a 5x10 area of cement would make me so happy, you know? Or these simple cozy mysteries that I read. And so I want to just say a very, 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 very heartfelt thank you for starting the Vloggerinos group, and for everybody that's a member over there, and for everybody that watches my vlogs. it is something special that's happening over here, and I don't really necessarily know what it is. And you know, it was like there was a post on there that somebody said, what are the things, this was so helpful to me because it said, what are the things that you love most about reading or watching Peter's vlogs? And I was like, oh, this is some insight. I can see, you know, what people really think. And somebody was like, I really just love hearing about Peter's day. And somebody said, you know, I just love to put Peter in the background. I love to hear him tell his stories, even when he's telling them over and over and over again, you know? And I thought, this isn't about me. This is about all of us, you know? And that group is like such a cool thing that has resulted that, I mean, I never in a million years would have ever thought that somebody would say, hey, let's find a place to hang out because we all watched one of Peter's videos. And I just want to say thank you. It just is really the coolest thing. And it's really, I mean, sure, it's a huge ego trip. I mean, it really is. It's, I mean, honestly, I mean, let's just not BS. It's really nice, right? When I read these comments, people are like, I love watching Peter's videos, and I love this, and I love that. You guys, I'm just a normal guy that drives around in my car. The battery's gonna die. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. But like I was saying, you know, I'm just a normal guy that drives around my car and talks about stuff in my life. But what's different is that you guys make me feel very, very special. And thank you for that. It's really nice. And what makes me really happy is that you know, it's one thing to like share your sobriety story and like that be such a deep thing, and then somebody message you and say like you really inspired me to want to get sober. Like that's on a huge level. Like I can't even explain it to you. Like, you know, and that's just like what I've been able to do to others when they've like, I've said to people like, when you shared your story with me, like that made me want to get sober back in the day, right? Like, so you just pass it on. But me talking about like wanting to like make my front porch nice, which is really just directly because I got so into this whole cozy mentality. And then to see all these people posting about their patios and front porches, which is something that's like so little but brings so much happiness. Like, I don't know, it's just like when I saw that last night, I just was like, this makes me so happy. Like this makes me so, and next year we're all doing our patios. Every single one of us. I don't care if we have only a foot of patio in front of us. We're all doing our patios next year. You know? We're gonna all go over the top and celebrate every holiday from now on and bring joy and happiness in everything we do. Even if it's just, you know, making our own decorations. And that was sometimes the most fun. My mom back in the day for Christmas, she loved to string popcorn while watching movies. And you prick your finger about a million times. But she loved to string popcorn and make like construction paper rings, you know. And we used to do that for my Christmas tree in my bedroom because I always had like a little 4-foot Christmas tree in my bedroom, you know, with lights on it and stuff like that. But that was fun back in the day, you know. We don't have to be fancy. You guys are kind to people. You're good people. And I feel honored that you watch my videos. It really means a lot to me. And I don't know, I just sat there and I read those things last night and I thought this is just the nicest thing in the whole world, you know? And these people are just like, it's just really nice. So if you're not part of the Vloggerinos, what's wrong with you? Go over and join the Vloggerinos. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get off here. Oh, wait, who's texting me? My husband? Tanya Jean? Applestein? Prettiest girl I've ever seen. Somebody tweeted me today and they said, I was at the festival too and I didn't see you, but I saw Melissa. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh, Alexton has, they didn't even go to their party because his friend's just getting ready. I think Tanya are gonna watch a movie. The other night we were watching Nancy Grace. And that was so much fun because back in the day, oh my God, I would go over to Tanya's after a meeting. This was really like a big part of like the year that I was single. I would go over there and we would get fountain pops and stuff, and her husband would be asleep by then, and we'd sit down in that living room. And like everything that, I love Nancy Grace, first of all. I mean, she gets so passionate and heated about those cases, but like everything that she said, we would like repeat. She'd say like, Elizabeth, because Elizabeth was like the woman that worked in the, like the, you know, technical room, and she'd flash some picture up, and it would be the wrong picture, and she'd say, Elizabeth, take that picture now. What's that picture? Elizabeth. And Tanya and I, we would get laughing so hard. Oh my God. So I don't know what we're gonna watch tonight. Tanya can't watch anything too scary. I said, okay, Tanya, like Hocus Pocus, and she just looked at me. I go, you think Hocus Pocus is too scary? My Lord, my Lanta. Anyway, I will be back to finish the vlog. I'm not gonna vlog for a whole lot longer tonight because I do want to get it up, and I actually do want to like really try to, there's no way I can finish Hocus Pocus tonight. I think I still have like 3 hours left. It's really a long book, and it's just exactly like the movie, so I'm kind of like, ugh. I'm really ready to get to the sequel of it, because the first part is just exactly the movie. But anyway, I will be back in just a little while. Okay, I'm back. Did you guys miss me? Well, it's been like 0.10 seconds for you. For me, it's been several hours. Tanya and I, she got a bottle of water tonight, and I got a fountain Diet Coke, actually. I usually get a fountain Diet Pepsi if I get Diet. I like cans of Diet Coke, but I like fountain Diet Pepsi. But my Diet Pepsi earlier didn't taste right, so I got fountain Diet Coke tonight. And then we drove around for like a half an hour and looked at the lights and talked and stuff like that. And we came back to our house, and where is my lip gloss? I was looking for it earlier and I had it now. Okay. And then we came back to our house and we were gonna watch a movie or something, and Tanya literally just watched the entire new season, which is the final season of Wentworth, in like 2 days. And she hasn't like shut up about it for like the last 2 days, talking about how good it is. She's like, it's so good, and this season is so emotional, and you've got to watch it. We love Wentworth. I loved Orange is the New Black too, but Tanya never like finished it. She only got to like the 4th season, I think, or something, and she stopped watching it. 4th or 5th season, I don't know. But anyway, I watched Orange is the New Black all the way through and loved the ending and stuff. So anyway, she said, I mean, tonight she was like, oh my God, Wentworth is so good. And she was like, the last episode, she was like, I was bawling. And so I didn't know it came on until she started watching it the other day. And she was like, Wentworth's back. So we came inside. She's like, well, I was like, she was like, what do you want to watch? I was like, I don't care. And she was like, well, do you want to watch the first episode of Wentworth? And I was like, sure. So we started watching the first episode of Wentworth. Oh my God, you guys, it's so good. And we finished the first one, and I was like, we have to watch the second one. So we watched the second one. She fell asleep while I was watching it. And I was like, she was like, you can stay. I'm just gonna sleep on the couch for just a little bit longer. She has to work really early in the morning though. And so I was like, no, I'm gonna go finish vlogging, and then I wanna listen to some of my book. I said, but I am like, she's like, you're gonna go home and watch it, aren't you? I said, I don't wanna stay up till 6 o'clock in the morning. But I said, I may have to watch another episode or two. It's so good, you guys. It's so good this season. So, if you are Wentworth fans, I highly, highly, highly recommend this season. So that was fun. And her dogs were being super, super sweet. Tanya has 2 dogs. She has this huge Mastiff. I mean, he's literally like 3 feet by like 4. I mean, he's 3 feet by like probably 3.5 feet. I mean, he has big dog, huge dog. And he's massive too. And then she has another dog that's big too, but it's like a mutt. It's like a Spaniard something. It's black. She looks like Boo Radley, but black and white, and like 4 times as big as Boo Radley. And they were being real rambunctious and stuff. So we had a fun night. Today was a really, really good day. I feel like I did so much stuff, and I got stuff done, like with the videos, having them all ready, and today was just a really good day. I did think, though, that Tanya and I would just kind of like hang out for a little bit, and then I'd be like done by like 1 o'clock, and then I was gonna like finish vlogging and then go home and upload it, and now it's 2:20 in the morning. But that's okay, I had a really good time. So we haven't done that in a long time. We used to do that like 3 nights a week, just like hang out and watch TV together. We haven't done that in a while. Tanya like watches she like DVRs like every reality show in the entire world. So what was she even watching? Oh, Survivor, I think, is back on or something. She was talking about Survivor. She was like, can you believe it's still on? I was like, I didn't know that it was. I watched Survivor, I mean, like, religiously for the first couple years that it was out. Probably for, like, the first 5-10 years that it was out. It's like some of these shows have been around forever, like Amazing Race, Survivor, Big Brother. Some of these shows have been, like, these reality shows. Is America's Next Top Model still on? Project Runway is coming back, or it may have already come back, but I've seen the ads for it. Project Runway has changed so much, though. I loved it back in the day when it was... RuPaul's Drag Race has been around for a really long time now. I loved Project Runway when it was Tim Gunn and Heidi Klum back in the day. And Michael Kors. I like bit down or something really hard on my tongue, and there's I think I bit down on it, I don't know. But instead of getting the bites in the side of my mouth, I now have it on my tongue, and it's like this bump on my tongue. It doesn't hurt or anything, but it's just like real irritating. So tomorrow is the last day before Cozy Mysteries. And then, you know, Monday is when Christmas starts. I told my husband that. He was like, you are so silly. I was like, Christmas starts on Monday. I don't even want to hear about it. Oh, did I tell you guys about the candles? So the other night, I can't remember what night it was, but it was the night that, it might have been last night. I don't remember. I think I talked about it on here because I said I lit a bunch of candles. But I had like all these candles going. And I opened some of my new candles that I hadn't opened yet. And I opened, or maybe I just said I opened I was burning candles and I had the bed made all cozy and stuff. And so the whole house was like toasty warm. And it smelled like fall. It smelled so good. And I laid down with Alex for a little bit. I can't remember what night that was, but I said something about it on here. But anyway, I lit apple cider donut, which is so funny because I had apple cider donuts today. But I lit apple cider donut from Bath & Body Works. Oh my God, you guys. It is like an unbelievable smelling candle. It smells so good. It's like spiced apple. And then, I also had, I think it's called Fall Farmhouse, which smells like really apple-y with like leaves and stuff. Maybe I did talk about this on here the other night. And I also brought out my toasted marshmallow hand soap, and I finally opened that so that we could start using that. But now it's time for the Christmas candles and to get like the balsam fir smelling candles and all of that, peppermint. But like the toasted marshmallow, I guess, is kind of Christmassy as well. In fact, I actually kind of think maybe I bought that last year at Christmas. I don't know. But that's like my favorite smell right now. I already know how I want to do the front patio. I just have to get the stuff. So whenever that stuff starts coming out at Costco, I'll get it. want to get the two huge chunks. And you know, when it starts getting colder, I mean, like right now it's 48 degrees, but like if in the next month it starts dropping where every day is between like 30 and 40, then like that stuff will last. So I don't have to worry about it dying and whatever. My mums are like, it's just sad. Like they just did not do well at all this year. I don't know what, I mean, I don't know next year if I'm going to buy mums. I mean, my flowers wouldn't be lasting, but you know what's really weird about it is my fern is still, and I'm not even like watering it a lot, my fern is still like in perfect condition. Even in these temperatures and with this weather. It's like in unbelievable conditions. But, yeah, the mums are just like not, and you know, ever since I've been telling people that my mums are not doing well, I feel like I have something in my nose. It's driving me crazy. Ever since I've been telling people about my mums and how they're not doing well and stuff, I feel like I've had so many people tell me like, oh, every year I really struggle with having my mums do really well. But in our neighborhood, I see so many people that have like really beautiful moms. And I'm like, what is the deal? What's the secret to the moms? I wish I had Kleenex with me, but I cleaned out my entire car, and I also cleaned out my bag, and I don't have Kleenex in my bag anymore. So I do have a bottle of water, though, that Tanya gave me the other night that I took inside to drink, and then I didn't drink. This is how much I drank of it, so I still have that whole bottle of water, and then I have this Diet Coke, so. Happy Halloween! It's officially Halloween, which seems so strange. But I will say that this Halloween season, with me counting down and, you know, watching horror movies and going to, like, the Newfields pumpkin thing and all that kind of stuff, like, it did seem to me that, like, the Halloween season, like, it seemed like it was, like, long. It didn't seem like it was just, you know, 2 weeks. Like, sometimes it seems like it just goes so fast. It didn't seem to me like it went super fast this year. It seems to me like I did a lot, and I really enjoyed the Halloween season, so, which makes me happy. I can't believe I'm gonna be 50 this year, like, or next year, like, it's just so surreal to me. There's like a fire truck. This car behind me almost didn't want to pull over. I was thinking that today. I was like, God, 50, it feels so weird to say that. I gotta start figuring out what I want to do for my birthday. Where I want to go. If you could go anywhere for your birthday, where would you go? When I was in high school, I think this was actually, we went 3 times, because my dad loved the island of St. Martin. We went 3 times. We went when I was like in 7th or 8th grade, and then we went like my sophomore year, and then we went like my junior or senior, I think my junior year, I can't remember. There's another thing. What is this? Is this a fire truck or an ambulance? An ambulance. And one year, we took like a day catamaran trip to St. Bart's. And this was long before, like, the celebrities and stuff went to St. Bart's. You know how, like, all the celebrities go to St. Bart's and stuff now? They stay and like they rent houses and whatever. This was way before that. And I just like fell in love with that place. Like they let us off and then we just kind of like walked around. The island was real small, and I remember we were there for like a whole day, and we went to some like little German hotel and ate lunch, and then they had like a little like grotto in front, like with a beach, and I remember getting a t-shirt somewhere like on the side of the street that said St. Bart's on it. And I always wanted to go back there. I always wanted to go back to St. Bart's. It's funny, like when you do things, like let's just say for example, like I know this is kind of like a sad thought, but like when you do things like me going to the Halloween festival today, it's like, how many things in your life have you done that like you always said you were gonna do again, and then you never ended up doing again? Like you're always like, I wanna go back next year, actually, you know? Like of course, Tanya told me, she was like, oh my God, we stayed for the parade and it was unbelievable. It was so fantastic. And I'm like, I wish we had stayed for the parade. But I was getting so tired, and Alex was so tired, and I was just like, I knew we had to walk so far. And it started late, but by then Tanya was further down, and so she said she could see it really good. Where we were standing like right on the main strip of where it was. There was like a lot of people like on either side of the street waiting for the parade to start. And so I told Tanya tonight, I said, well, you know, next year I'll go to the parade or whatever. It's like something like that. Have you ever said that, where you're like, okay, next year, and then like you never go back, you know? I think it's because you like to try new things too, you know, and go new places. I don't know what I want to do for my birthday. I know I want to go somewhere where I don't have to be on a plane all day, going there and getting back. I used to not care about that. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I used to, well, I was outside all day today, and I was outside all night tonight at Aaron's party, sitting outside, but I used to not care about that. But like certain places like in the Caribbean, like you literally like leave at 6 in the morning, fly to Charlotte or Dallas or something, or Atlanta, and then you fly from there to the island, and then you get to your hotel at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like this whole thing, and then you're so tired, and then you basically lose a day, right? And I always said for my 50th I was going to go to like Fiji or Tahiti or Bora Bora, but I honestly, I don't know that I could do that flight. Like that flight kind of scares the hell out of me. Like flying over the ocean for that long, like, is not desirable to me. And so I don't know, you know. I love Mexico, and I would go to Mexico again. Alex and I were talking about possibly going to Aruba for my birthday, but like Aruba is another one of those places that is like just really a long distance. And also, like, I think Aruba would be fun, but like Aruba's, and I've been to Aruba, like when I was a kid, I went with my dad once, but Aruba's not like on my bucket list of places I'd like to go, you know what I mean? Like Turks and Caicos is, Anguilla is. I went to Grand Cayman with my first boyfriend and my dad and my stepmom, and I loved Grand Cayman. I would probably go back to Grand Cayman. That's like a real thought for my birthday, about going there. I need to kind of like start looking into that, maybe. That was unbelievable. But I would want to kind of like look into seeing where, like what the flights are like and where to stay and stuff like that. And then I don't know. Yeah, Grand Cayman was unbelievable. Turks and Caicos is like my #1 pick. And I just realistically need to kind of take a look and see, like, it's, first of all, the places that you stay in Turks and Caicos are so expensive unless you stay like at an all-inclusive, and even the all-inclusives there are really expensive, but they're like beaches and like sandals, which a lot of sandals are weird about gay couples, and beaches have kids, and I want to go to an adult only, like, you know, we're, no offense, but like for my birthday, for my 50th birthday, I just don't want to like have it be like a bunch of kids like splashing around and stuff like that. And both of those places, when I looked in the past, were still super expensive. And like Turks and Caicos is just super expensive to fly to. And then realistically, I mean, we could rent a house, but then I don't know anything about that place, so we'd have to rent a car, and that kind of scares me, danger-wise. I'd rather be, like, at a resort. So, I don't know. I need to look into it and see, like, what it would cost. And then, like, you know, when you go to a place, like, I mean, we don't always stay at all-inclusives, obviously. Mexico, when we go there, is really the only time that we ever go to. They have their brights on. Stay at an all-inclusive, but like when you go to an all-inclusive, or when you stay at a place that's not, then you have to kind of figure out, okay, per diem, per day, you know, like per day, like how much am I going to be spending, right? Like 100, 300, like, you know, and then you have to add that on top because, you know, I mean, one of the things, like when we find, you know what I should do is, I should Google search, like, nicest, like, most luxurious all-inclusives in the Caribbean, and then we should just pick one, and then that's where we should go. Because one of the things that's really fun for Alex and I is, like, when you go, and then it's like you can get room service at any time of day, or snacks. I mean, everything's free. Alex can drink whatever he wants to drink, and you don't have to worry about that, and you pay for it ahead of time, and it's over. I used to hate the idea of all-inclusives, but when you find some all-inclusives that are really nice, like Unico, where we stay, like, I'm not opposed to going to Unico for my birthday, but like I said something to Tanya about that, and she was like, you've been saying, you know, for so long that you wanted to stay somewhere like different for your 50th birthday. Go somewhere different. I was like, she's right. And so, you know, it's like, I don't know. It's kind of fun for us, you know, to not have to like, you're there and like everything's included and you don't have to worry about it, and it's just paid ahead of time. That's the kind of thing that I like. No wristbands. Don't want to deal with that. I said one of my friends' names on here, but I shouldn't have, about traveling. But anyway, our next trip that we're going on is for Ultra in March to Miami. But I'll have to tell you, I'm like, I mean, I know that we just went to Las Vegas in September, but that was like so not like, I mean, that was a fun trip, but it wasn't a relaxing trip at all. Like, I think we might want to take a long weekend trip somewhere. We'll just have to see. We will just have to see. We've been trying to figure out what we want to do for New Year's, and we can't really figure out anything yet. So I don't know what we're going to do for New Year's yet. Probably end up just staying here. I don't really care, honestly. Like, so several of our friends are going to Las Vegas. And one for their one because it's her friend's birthday. Another one, Aaron and Eric are going out there with another couple. They're going to a concert. I can't remember who they're going to see. And then we know people in Miami that always do something for New Year's Eve. Like, we're friends with, you know, a bunch of people down there. So we had talked about Las Vegas or Miami. Well, both of them are extremely expensive to go over New Year's, obviously. And the thing is that both places, it's not like really that, I mean, it's not like you can't lay out by the pool in Las Vegas. You can't lay out by the pool in Miami. So it's like you're paying these extensive prices to stay in a hotel. And even like, just like some run-of-the-mill hotel, I mean, they're either booked already or they're expensive as well. And then the air flights down there are expensive. So it's like, I don't know, people must have been scheduling stuff really early. I don't want to be in a club on New Year's Eve. I mean, if we were here and that was like last ditch effort, let's go out to a club and be there, you know, like, I you know, have fun with it and go out and stay out till like 1 and then be just like done. But I don't really want to do that. What is going on with my nose? I've been trimming my beard like every other day and my nose is like, I think it's driving me crazy because of that. If it were me, I would just, you know, go out to a nice dinner with somebody and watch the ball drop. I could care less, honestly. But I know Alex wants to do something festive for New Year's Eve, so we'll figure out something. And, you know, if I can get some really good travel deal. Oh, well, this was one of the things. So we were looking at Mexico to go to Unico for New Year's like we did 2 years ago, and it was astronomical. Like, I couldn't even believe it. And so I said something to Alex about it. I said, you know, like 3 days before, I mean, I can pick up and like, you know, Tanya will board the dogs for her. She always puts them in back by the office anyway, so I mean, she always has space for them. And I said, I mean, if I get online on like the 28th of December and prices have dropped drastically, then we're going to Mecca. I mean, we can go, you know what I mean? And Alex is like, I'm totally down for that. I mean, I can go I mean, like, you know, I film videos from anywhere, so I can, you know, I think that would be fun to do. I also don't think that it would kill us just to stay here until March. It's just so hard, you know, and like the older I get, like I have a love-hate relationship with winter because I think the snow is pretty on some days. Like when the snow is snowing and it's sticking, it's pretty, right? When it's a threat of like really heavy snow or a snow day for, you know, the schools, the kids at school or whatever, like, I like that. I think that's fun. I know, you know, I know. Everybody be safe, but I still think it's fun. Like, that for me is like the idea of winter and all that kind of stuff, you know, and stay inside and make lasagna or chili and hot cookies and, you know what I mean? Like, in a fire in the fireplace. That's what I like, okay? But like, Indiana, the majority of Indiana during the winter is either like it is right now, where it's just dry, but freezing and very gray and gloomy. And I do have, I really believe I have seasonal affect disorder. And then it just makes it harder and harder for me to get up and get motivated and get out of bed. Like, I really never thought I'd feel that way. And I can remember my mom saying to me, when you get older, trust me, it'll hit you. And I really do feel that way now. And then the other thing is, if it's not like that, we'll have like a really good snow, and then it'll just like ice and rain and warm up, and then it just melts, and it's just slush, and it's gross. And it really, like the last couple winters, has really just kind of drizzled more than anything. And that's just depressing. It's just, it's sad and maudlin, and it's just not fun, you know? And it's just, I don't know, when I was a kid, I looked at it differently, you know? And I'd read, like, Charles Dickens books and mysteries and all that kind of stuff, you know, during the winter. But, like, now, as I'm older, it just is like, put me on a beach. Like, I you know, honestly, like, if it wasn't for, like, family and, like, you know, I don't see Caroline as that often, and so I really see her a lot around the holidays and stuff. You know, like for Christmas, like I told Alex, I mean, he said, let's go. I mean, he was totally down for it. He doesn't care. He's like, I can see my family anytime. But like, I was like, I would have no problem spending Christmas on a beach. I just think I have such an association with Christmas being like winter and, you know, having, what do you call it, snow and Santa Claus and all that kind of stuff that I feel like I have, and I know that there are people that live all over the world that don't have that, but I feel like since I've had it all my life living in Indiana, like I associate that with Christmas, and so I really struggle. Like even when we used to go to Gatlinburg for Christmas, it doesn't snow in Gatlinburg typically on Christmas, you know, in that area. In movies and stuff, they always act like it does, but it doesn't. Like, unless you're up in the like mountains, it doesn't snow in that area. It's cold. You know, it might snow in like January, February, but in that area, it's usually pretty typically warm. And, you know, it would be this 40, 50 in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge during Christmas, but we wouldn't get any snow. You know, like when we would drive up into like Cherokee National Forest and stuff like that, there would be snow, but not tons. And so I remember watching Smoky Mountain Christmas, you know, with Dolly Parton, and I thought, well, we would just have like massive amounts of snow down there. I was surprised. And then I was like, oh, well, it's, you know, we're in Tennessee, not Indiana, so it's south, and so obviously it's not going to be super cold unless you're in the mountains, and it's not that high up, I don't think, or I don't know. So anyway, but that was still Christmassy, you know. It was like the trees were bare, and you know everything was decorated for Christmas and whatnot. I think if I spent Christmas on a beach one year, I think after that I probably would be fine with it. I think I'd probably be like, whatever. The reality is, I mean, if you've watched my vlog enough, you know what's the one thing I want for Christmas every year? A white Christmas. I think we've probably had it like 2 Christmases that I've vlogged. And it's not even like a really, really white Christmas. It's just like it snows a little bit, you know? I don't know, they're saying that it's supposed to be really cold and really wet this year. So we're supposed to have a lot of precipitation, but that could be rain. So I don't know, maybe this will be the year that we have tons and tons of snow. Who knows? We'll see. Okay, listen, you guys, I'm going to get off here now because I want to see if I can get some of my audiobook close to getting it done. I don't really know how much longer I have. A couple hours, and so I want to at least maybe get an hour off of it so I can, it's Hocus Pocus. I have to finish it by, you know, at least tomorrow night after I vlog, because I don't want to be reading Hocus Pocus going in. As of Monday, I am cozy mysterying it. Well, next week sometime I have to read Behind the Horror because I didn't read that unless I finish Hocus Pocus tonight, and then I'll start Behind the Horror tomorrow and read that going into Monday. But I don't think that I'm gonna be able to finish Hocus Pocus tonight. I don't know how much I was like, I thought I was almost at the end of the first part last night, and then it got to the part where the witches fly back to the house and they get his sister, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot all about this part of the movie. So that's where I'm at right now. But then that's like only like 4 hours in. So if the book is like 11 hours, I think I have like, I don't know. So I'm gonna get off here now and listen to some of that. And I should have just gone right in and just started Cozy Mystery after this. I shouldn't have bought Hocus Pocus, but I'm kind of glad I did because I've been wanting to read it the last couple years. I'll probably get into the sequel and really enjoy it. It's just like the first part's been hard because I know that it's like going and seeing a movie that you know so well, you know, and then like Bridesmaids or Mean Girls or something, and then reading the book and it's like the almost exact script, you know, and it's like, okay, well, I know this entire book already. So anyway, hopefully the sequel will be better. I mean, it's not bad at all. I mean, if you've never seen Hocus Pocus, go read the book then go see the movie, because the movie is like a better version of what you're reading in the book, because of course the actors and actresses are so fantastic in the movie, you know. But the author did a pretty good job, I think, of trying to capture like Bette Midler and Kathy Najimy and Sarah Jessica Parker. So anyway, happy Halloween. I hope that you guys are having the most magically spookalicious, magically amazing Sunday and Halloween. I hope that you are refreshed, renewed, rejuvenated, and relaxed for the week ahead. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya! Oh, you thought I was over, did you? And for those that stuck around to the very, very end, for those that need to hear it, for those that want to hear it, and for anybody that just kind of is still here hanging out. One more, I love you. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.